So as you can see by the man on the horse, this is where the road finishes. The road in Turkey finishes here, and then you cannot get into Armenia. We bought our tickets to Ani now, and they are 15 lira, but we have a Turkish museum card, which means it's free for us. Online, I think it was really hard to find any good information about Ani. There was a lot of information about the history, but not really about the location. So in my mind, all of these buildings were like in different locations. But as you can see behind me, they're actually all right next to each other. So like I told you in the beginning, this one was known as the city of 1001 churches. So we're gonna start at this church, then we're gonna go over to this church, and we'll finish over this one. Out there is the Armenian flag, and the only thing separating the two countries is just this river. Like if you really want to go Armenia, you could swim. Can you see the caves?
Yeah.
Okay, so Turkey has a lot of volcanoes, but they have no active volcanoes. They were of course active before, and then when they erupted, they created these kind of caves, which you also see in Cappadocia over time, what we call tuff. So then when volcanic ashes and soil and water and a lot of things mixes, you get this tuff structure, which is soft enough for you to build caves inside, but it's still strong enough that you can have a house. And all of the buildings in Ani is also made from volcanic basalt stone. That's why they have this black color. That this church was finished in 1215, and as you can see, you can still see some of the frescoes. Like it's so old, and still you can see some of the original paintings. It is really beautiful in here, but also a little bit disgusting because apparently a lot of birds live in here around the dome and then make shit in a circle. If you go to the churches in Cappadocia, you will see in all of the old churches that they like scratched out the faces, and a local guy once told me that the Muslims did that because in religious places for them, you're not allowed to have pictures of humans and animals, and then to like delete the people, they scratched out their faces. But they have actually not done that in here. You can still see the faces of the people. When this city was the biggest, it said that there lived 100,000 people here. And as I told in the beginning, it's known as the city of 1001 churches. And I'm awesome at mathematics, so that means that each church can have 100 people if everybody wants to go to church at the same time. From 2011 you had to pay to get in, and in 2016 Ani got on Unesco's list. Cathedral you see behind me, that's the biggest one in the area. It's built around 1001, 1010, and it's not only important for Christians, it's also important for Muslims, because it's said to be the first place that Muslims in Anatolia went to pray. Not because they were Christian or confused, because Muslims and Christian has the same God, Allah and God is the same person, and they sort of think like, okay, this is already God's house, we can use it for praying. This church is really well preserved. Thinking about it's like 1,000 years old. The only thing that's missing is the dome, which has collapsed, but everything else is like amazingly well for 1,000 years in nature. The city, which lived out its golden age during the 10th and 11th century, was also later able to maintain its importance during the Byzantine and Seljuk area. It wasn't until 1319 that the city began to lose its power when the Mongolian invasion came, and also a lot of intense earthquake broke the area. Mosque, which the sign says is built in 1071, 1072. And you can see the minaret here. Welcome to the bazaar where I sell fresh snow! It wasn't until the 19th century that European travelers found this place and began to write about its importance in academic journals and travel accounts. And when its first archaeological excavation took place, they were sponsored directly by the St. Petersburg Academy of Science. During the Second World War, when Ottoman armies captured Kars in 1918, many of the artifacts were uncovered.